Greetings and beyond, Venu. It is I, Dark7777, with another fanfiction review. And as always, before I start the review, the link to the story is in the description. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please follow me on Twitter, I guess. Sort of, kind of. I don't care about that one. And please leave a comment on your opinion of what you think of the story. So, nothing to it. Let's get into it. No, that sounds just bad in my head. So the story is called Dreams Dark and Deadly by Galaxy X1001D. Or Galaxy 100. I don't know. It's another big old fanfiction, and of course, as always, I'm continuing the cycle. Might as well start going through them because I think next story is the last one I read, and he's like up to 39 now. So let's talk about the plot. The plot stars Roger and Dorothy going to Electric City. If you haven't ever seen Big O, Electric City is like this town far away from Paradigm, which has an electric power plant, a dam. Excuse me. And everything. It's serene, sort of. And then an electric monster ate all the electricity, and Roger said, "Nope, must keep." And basically now the whole city is ironic because now it's called electricity, and there's like no electricity. There's no electricity because Roger decided to destroy the power plant. So they're going to this place called the Winthrop Institute, which specializes in a machine that reads dreams. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. However, Roger's there not only to do a donation, but to do an investigation by the military police over the fact that one of the institute's employees died, and someone decided to plant drugs on her. And so he's investigating what's going on, and Dorothy's there to be Dorothy and I guess be teasy because she does a lot of teasing in this story. And so they investigate. They find all these weird stuff. Apparently, there was a cult, and the institute was built on top of the house where the cult was. Something attacks them. There's like people not sleep, people getting hypnotized, and then like the chef's behind it all, and he summons Cthulhu. I'm not making this up. He really summons Cthulhu. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. I get the whole theme. I mean, keep the mechanical stuff to Paradigm and keep like the supernatural stuff to Electric City, but Cthulhu, really? I mean, it's just. I mean, yeah, they call it the old one, but let me see. A gigantic gelatinous green monster with like tentacles over its face. It's obvious it's Cthulhu. It's just. Then I wasn't even trying to hide it. The chef's behind it all because he wants revenge over the cult, which is his family dying, and he's crazy. And honestly, this story, in terms of the plot, I can see where the author was coming, but it's just a mess. I see snippets of what he was trying to go for using the memories and a mystery, but it's like, no, it didn't really work. Not to mention, the fight with Cthulhu was a cop-out. What, 2 punches and the pair of lasers, and Cthulhu didn't even like fight back. It's just, I'm taking it. Oh crap. I mean, unless Cthulhu shows up later somehow, for some reason, I mean, it doesn't really, it's just massive disappointment. It does have some good moments. It does have a callback where Roger calls Dorothy an android, and Dorothy goes, "Roger, there is something on your face." No, I didn't say that, Andrew. You're a pretty girl. And Dorothy teasing the ever-loving daylights out of Roger by deciding to, I'm gonna be naked.
I don't.
That was my little brother being annoying. Like that. And being a tease and kind of growing a relationship. Kind of a weird way because she's a robot and all of a sudden at the end she literally decides to take a bath naked. And Dorothy goes, I said I was going to take a bath, not give you a bath. Facepalm. I mean, it's not so much bad as it's this story compared to the last two stories, Priceless and Nine Muses of Death. It's just instead of keeping the consistency, it just goes off a cliff. I mean, it's not bad, but it really could have been much more than it is. Probably the worst. If anything, the worst story I've read from him so far for this one. Not saying they're all bad, but it's a step behind the other stories. Character development. It's lacking. I mean, I like Dorothy's development. But at the same time, my main problem with the story is the fact the new characters, the story introduces. I mean, they're all there. I mean, you have the founder, who's just an eccentric guy. I mean, we already had. It's basically just a knockoff Danny Kirk. Danny Kirk did the entire character better. Dangerous was boring. The two doctors were boring. Ivanova was boring. The chef, who's the bad guy who wants revenge, just comes off as crazy, and just lasts a minute. And it's like, just. I mean, the characters aren't there long enough to actually try and get to see what they're capable of. And all the characters that you do see, they're all just either there or they were done better. I mean, seriously. Grammar, there's a bunch of them. There were way more mistakes than all the other four stories combined. In this one story, there was a lot. I think 4 or 5. I can't remember. Again, this one's speculative. If you see any errors, please leave a comment on the story. Connection, pacing, and imagery. This is probably the high mark. It's still paced pretty well. The imagery is pretty decent. A step behind the other stories, but still good enough to hold up. The connection genre, mystery, sci-fi. This is actually a pretty sci-fi, yeah. With the whole, again, Cthulhu showing up. Seriously, what the fuck? Seriously, Cthulhu? Okay, what's next? Hastur or Intis? Ooh, how about Norden? Wade Norton's banned. He's on the ban list. And somewhere in Japan, in Konami's vaults, he's crying. Saying I'm banned. Curse you, Zodiacs! And I didn't really get invested in the story. I just didn't. And I mean, it's half decent mystery, and outside the Cthulhu thing, there's nothing rolling sci-fi. I mean, maybe the Dream Web, the Dream Machine. I mean, I guess you can kind of count that as sci-fi, but it's just one aspect that's nope. So, wow, not even 10 minutes, I'm already done with the review. Wow, that's So, do I recommend the story? No, not even close. Just no. Favorite part? Not a favorite part. Except maybe, the image of Dorothy naked in a tub. Hey, I like Dorothy. Final thoughts? I have no final thoughts. This has to be the shortest episode. Quick, Devin. extend the timer. Yeah, I got nothing. So I guess that's another fanfiction review. I see you next time. I'm trying to see if I'm see. Oh, there I am. There I am. I'll see you next time. And cut.